Welcome to Mechanical Trades Institute. For so long, we were known as the best kept secret. Well, we're trying to change that. We created this video so that you can find out some information about our school, about our apprenticeship program, and about the construction piping industry. We hope that this information helps you in your post-secondary decision. In our school, we train plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC mechanical service technicians. Part of that, we also train welders. Throughout this video, we're going to provide information about each of those programs. And at the end, we'll have some shop tours given by our program coordinators talking about industry and different training aspects of their program. We are one of several post-secondary options. There are those that want to go to college, which is a fine route. Some want to go right into the workforce. Others might want to venture into the military or even go into tech school. But we want to remind everyone of the apprenticeship option. We are a registered apprenticeship. We've been registered since 1942. So that alone says that we've been around for a long time. Just recently, we became an accredited institution. We earned our accreditation in 2018. Being a registered apprenticeship guarantees that our program stays in compliance with the Department of Labor. Being an accredited institution verifies that our instruction is of high quality. We believe that being both a registered apprenticeship and an accredited institution makes our training the best it can be.
We are one of 17. The UA, United Association, is one of 17 trade programs. All the other trade programs have similar training structures, pay structures, and benefit packages as well. Joining the UA, you become something bigger than just an institution. You become a brotherhood. The United Association, an international organization. We cover the United States, Canada, and Australia. Once you finish our program, you have the opportunity to travel abroad in those regions of the United States, Australia, and Canada. That's upon you completing the program. Wherever there's a training center, there's a local union. That means you can go to work. We need more young people, and that's just the bottom line. The opportunity is endless for young people in this trade. So you will have a long life and a good career behind it, and something that you can take pride in. We also have a large percentage of skilled trade journeymen out there that have gone through the program that are beginning to retire. So we need to replace those with young people who can step up to the plate, who can become the foreman, the general foreman, and the superintendents on the job, and perform the work and keep the craft going.
One of the advantages of going to an apprenticeship program is the fact that there's free training. And when you end, you're going to have no student debt. And throughout that training, there is a progressive pay increase. Another advantage that I want to talk about of going to an apprenticeship program is not only is there no student debt, but there's also money that's earned throughout the program. A large portion of people coming out of college today have approximately $30,000 in student debt. Not only are you going to have no debt coming out of an apprenticeship program, but depending on how long that program is, whether it's 4 or 5 years, the apprentice is going to earn money each year. Sometimes it can be $150,000 to $175,000 the student has earned over that 5-year period versus somebody who's gone to college and has acquired that in debt. Something else that I also like to talk about relating to student debt, now reports are showing that students that have student debt, it's impacting their retirement. In other words, that student debt is going to require somebody to work longer because they've got that debt hanging over their head.
Our program is an Earn As You Learn program. You're debt-free at the end of our 5-year program. As a second-year apprentice, you will begin to get pension credit hours. Upon completion of your 5-year apprenticeship program, you will go into an annuity, which is similar to a 401k, but a little bit more stabler. And so you will, the pension, the annuity, they both refer to your retirement. And that is a big one for a young student who can basically come into our program, finish at the age of 23, and start earning retirement for themselves for the long run.
At this point, I would like to talk about the progressive wage for the apprentices. If you look right here on this slide, a first-year apprentice is making $14.25. As they progress through the program, they get a pay increase of approximately about $3 a year if they meet all the requirements in advance from year to year. I always want to bring something to everybody's attention, but if you look over on the right-hand side, true value, that is the value of what they're getting paid plus the benefits. Okay, let's go back and look at that first-year apprentice. While the check value was $14.25, the true value was $23.26. Those benefits, health and wellness, and the JETT, that's actually the amount that's kind of going in, that's kind of paying for their training. But something else I want to bring to your attention, that as a second-year apprentice, not only are they making $16.15, now they're also starting to earn credits for their pension as well as earning health and wellness, and then you can see that their true value is over $27. So while that check value is important and it's going to progress as you go through the program, that true value increases just as quickly. If you look at the journeyman scale, right now as of August the 1st, 2020, the current journeyman pay scale is $31.68. The true value for that is $48, so nearly $50 for the total package for a journeyman. Another benefit of coming through our apprenticeship program is that you can earn college credit. Right now we have something in place where if somebody finishes 5 years in our apprenticeship program, they're earning college credit with Washtenaw Community College, which is in Michigan. However, my goal for the program is in the next few years, we're going to develop that same partnership with a technical school here in Georgia, because we want to continually to invest in our apprentices when they're through the apprenticeship program and through additional training that will help them advance once they get out. By doing that, we strengthen the apprentice, we strengthen Local 72, and we strengthen the Mechanical Contractors Association. Students in our program follow a traditional school format. We start school in the fall. Typically it's around Labor Day, and we will go through school until Memorial Day. We follow a similar structure as schools and tech schools. We'll take a week at Thanksgiving, we'll take a couple weeks at Christmas, and we'll have other breaks throughout the school year. If you are interested in our program, you can now go to our website. And you can go on our website, you can click on the online application, you can complete the application. With that, there's a $60 application fee. You have to provide 3 forms of ID and provide any other background information, and once you submit, that's what you have to do for our application. Once you apply at the school, you then can go over to the Local 72 Union Hall, you can sign up over there, and then once there, you're now eligible to go out to work as a helper. We actually encourage anybody that wants to get into our program, go to work as a helper. It gives you an idea to see if you really want to work in this field, to see if this is the right fit for you, and to see if this is something that you want to continue. If you work over 3 months as a helper, you can also earn direct entry into the program, which means that you can bypass the interview. Those that do not go straight to work, you have to come in and interview before our Board of Trustees and before you're permitted in. So those are ways, if you're interested in the program, you can get into the program that way. There's other entry points into the program. You can actually come into the program if you've worked in the field. We will evaluate you. We'll test your knowledge and your skill. You'll go through an evaluation and we'll see where you place in the school. You can also get credit for work experience. So there's multiple ways that you can get into the program, but you can come in with no experience. You can come in coming in from tech school. You can work in the field and come in. We will assess your level and place you where you need to be in the apprenticeship program. Okay, the information that we've provided was just an overview of the school. At this time, as you continue watching, you'll see the program coordinators give an overview of their programs, their shops, and other parts of the industry.
Mechanical Trades Institute provides the training for plumbers for Local Union 72. Our plumbers specialize in commercial and industrial plumbing. We provide the plumbing in hospitals, stadiums, airports, high-rises, hotels, data centers, and many other commercial and industrial facilities throughout the metro Atlanta area. There is a vast shortage of certified plumbers right now in our market. Over the next 2 years, just in metro Atlanta alone, there's going to be over $2 billion spent on hospital work that will provide jobs for the plumbers in our program and working for Local 72. All of our plumbers, upon graduation from our program, will have a Georgia State Journeyman Plumbing License, a backflow tester license, medical gas installer license, and an OSHA 30. Welcome to the plumbing shop for Mechanical Trades Institute. This is a shop that many of our plumbers train in while attending our school. Our first stations that you come to are where our plumbers here learn to solder, braze, and oxy-fuel cut in each of these stations. We have 10 stations set aside for the plumbers here training on these facilities. Next, we have a 2-story mock-up of a building. It could be a house, a hotel, any kind of commercial structure. We have 6 different bathrooms designed to go in on each floor. So the bottom floor would work with a simulated crawl space under it. The next floor would work and have to train and work off ladders, simulating a 2-story or more building. So there's 12 different bathroom groups in this structure. Next, we have our faucet and fixture trainer. Here we have 2 of these in our shop, and these are designed to build and repair different types of faucets that you may see or work on in the field. Our last stations that we have are a 2-story section that's designed to mimic a commercial plumbing wall. So you're designed to install your in-wall plumbing that would be found in commercial and industrial buildings. This classroom is the classroom we use for our 4th-year plumbing training. We use this for 4th-year plumbing, and it's also used for our backflow testing labs. You see we have 10 test stations along each lab, and each lab has 4 different assemblies that are required to test as part of the backflow class. The plumbing training begins in year 1 for our incoming apprentices. Our 1st and 2nd year in the program is a blended format combining online training with hands-on shop training. That shop training is performed in small groups of 8 or less, where you're getting one-on-one time working with the instructor, where you're learning and practicing and doing things that you'll be expected to know and how to work on in the field. Years 3 through 5 in the apprenticeship combine classroom training, shop training, and an additional online training as part of the program. Beginning in our 3rd year, our plumbers begin preparing for their plumbing license. Each plumber is required to fill out the application to take the test with the state of Georgia. In the 4th year of the apprenticeship, all of our plumbers take their state plumbing license and receive the license. They also take their backflow license in their 4th year. Our 5th year plumbers are required to get their medical gas license for their 5th year. In the state of Georgia, you must have a plumbing license in order to practice and work on medical gas before you receive your med gas license.
In these pipes that we do install, carry from water to refrigerant to compressed gases in many different pipe sizes with many different types of pipes. In classrooms, safety is one of our main goals and emphasis. We teach the apprentices OSHA 30 and CPR first aid. From there, we move on to soldering and brazing, math, oxy-fuel cutting and welding. They're taught about the tools, trade specific, and pipes and the pipe fittings that go along with them. That comes along with that is applications of these pipes. In their second year, they'll get a half a year of welding, which is one of the ways of joining pipes. Also, half of their fourth year and their fifth year, the pipe fitter gets welding. In their third year, they're taught about the different systems that we encounter out in the field. By the time they reach their fifth year, they're getting ready for what we call turnout. So they actually have a written part of this class and a hands-on part that covers all 5 years of their schooling. At the end of their schooling, their turnout requirements for a pipe fitter, they must have 8,500 minimum work hours. They have to have a weld cert or a braze cert or a heavy rigging cert. They'll have to have their OSHA 30, and they'll have to have passing grades in all of their classes. In our pipe fitting shop, we have different areas set up for different types of training. One area that we have over here is our soldering and brazing area. Also, we can do our pipe cutting here and our oxy-fuel welding all at one station. As you can see, the different jigs are set up with the different types of training that we're actually going to do here. This could be set up for our certification for our brazing. It is one part of our turnout class. First year we can use it for their cutting and their oxy-fuel welding. As they get more advanced, we have different stations set up back here for some more challenging pipe cuts. We do have it set up where we can actually do some welding and tacking in here, but we try to keep that specifically over to the welding side. Over here, our first year class, some of their training is on the roll grooving, which is another application of our pipes. Some of you may have seen the orange looking fittings or whatever if you walk into some type of warehouse, the sprinkler system. That's some of our pipe does get roll grooved for applications. We do pipe fitting and cutting in several different classes, just the more advanced version of it. We have an area set up back here where we're going to do our rigging. Some of the hands-on stuff can be done in here, and also outside for our heavy rigging class. That is another part or requirement of our turnout class. Along with our pumps, we do that with our third year class as one of our systems. We have a section set up for that. Another third year class is steam, and we have a steam trainer back here for it, and we can do some training on steam traps themselves here.
Just here to go through a couple of things in our weld shop, just to cover items such as, what our students basically go over, where they start from, how this relates to on-the-job training, and just a few other things just we wanted to point out to you all, just giving you all an insight of what we actually do here in the weld shop and in our weld facility. We currently right now have 80 weld booths in our facility, so we can accommodate up to 80 people at one time. Our school gives you the ability to basically start from plate and finish on pipe, being the end goal for all of our students. We have a specific shop helper that basically what he does all day long is he cuts pipe. So all you have to do is come in and weld all day. You do not have to prep your pipe, do not have to grind. You just come in and you weld, just as our plate is cut too. So we do have a shop helper that does this all day long to give you more weld time here in the booth. And that's what we emphasize to our students is more weld time.
We're in our training facility right now at the Mechanical Trades Institute, and this is where we do a lot of the hands-on training in conjunction with our classroom training in the classrooms. We take care of critical systems, and when I say critical systems, I'm referring to data center rooms. Every time you swipe a credit card or information is input from hospitals and stuff of that nature, that goes into a data center bank or a computer somewhere, and those rooms have to be maintained at a certain temperature and a certain humidity. We do steam systems. These systems are used to heat hot water for entire buildings. They're used to sterilize hospital equipment. They're also used for just heat. We do pneumatic systems and DDC controls. These systems operate buildings They tell equipment when to run, when there's not human intervention there. They maintain temperatures and humidity levels. They maintain water levels, anything and everything. So if you're into IT type stuff and computers, our industry has a place for you. We also do hydronic systems, whether it be heating or cooling or just the circulation of water, such as out at the aquarium. Those different exhibits have to have water maintained in a set temperature, and they have to be clean water. And we maintain the pumps that circulate that and the equipment that maintains the temperatures of the water. We also do gas installation, whether it be a steam boiler or a furnace or a humidifier. That heat that generates that steam has to be piped in with natural gas or even propane possibly, and we maintain, install, size all of that equipment. What you're probably most familiar with is comfort cooling, and we're the guys that maintain, install the equipment that keeps you nice and comfortable, whether it be in a high-rise in downtown Atlanta or the comfort of your home. We're now into our electrical lab, which is an extension of our shop. In the electrical lab, instructors will take students out here and they'll draw an electrical diagram on the board. That student will take that diagram and pick up real-life electrical controls and place them into a jig that will be set up on the table. They'll take them controls, select the appropriate controls, wire them up correctly, and apply power to them, and they'll either work correctly or not. Everything that's done in this electrical lab is done real time and with real components that are used out in the field. We're now entering the HVAC/mechanical service shop where we do all of our hands-on training. First year curriculum is sort of a hybrid system where we do blackboard and classroom training and shop training as well. It consists of about 16 hands-on tasks, and we only do minimal time in the classroom, and most of that is hands-on. We learn all of our fundamental courses such as math, science, heritage about the Union, and then we get into more of our technical programs such as basic electricity and basic refrigeration, where the students learn how to use every single function of a digital multimeter and take readings that are pertinent to the industry, and then they start learning about the basic refrigeration cycle on some of these equipment that you're seeing here in our shop, and we'll walk on down through the shop and see. This is where they learn how to solder and braze and join dissimilar metals. This is also done in first year and is 3 of the first tasks that they learn. Second year gets a little bit more in depth with refrigeration. They go from the basic fundamental stuff to a little bit more in-depth information utilizing some of the split systems that are in here, and even the walk-in cooler that we have that would be a place like storing goods that need to be maintained around 34, 35, 36 degrees. Our third, fourth, and fifth year start learning more about hydronics and gas installation, and we start them off on fundamental furnaces. And as you can see, there is gas piping going to every one of these fundamental furnaces, and they learn how to size, install, and maintain this equipment and ensure that it's operating the way it's properly supposed to function. As we move on around, you can see these great big devices, these great big systems that you passed one earlier. These are centrifugal chillers. We utilize these to do fundamental rigging. As you can see, the gantry and the chain hoist overhead. They will take heavy components off of this utilizing their rigging skills, and they'll also learn how to do the fundamental stuff on these machines. They also learn about air handlers, variable speed drives, VAVs and PIUs, which is in every building that you ever go in. Most of them are going to have this simple setup on how they're able to use one large rooftop to cool many different rooms and maintain them at different temperatures. They learn about how to tear down, repair, maintain, and align motors and pumps. Up top, we learn about variable speed drives, motor starters, and pneumatics. Pneumatics is a system that is utilized to operate buildings and their control system, and it's just a pressurized air system. There's also DDC, which is more an electrical automated control system used to operate building systems throughout the world.
We hope that this information has been useful to you. However, if you know somebody that as you are watching this and you can think of that person that this would benefit, please pass this video link on to that person. Like I say, we no longer want to be known as the best kept secret. We know that we have a great program. This provides a great career opportunity, and we just want to share it with as many people as possible.